Urban Revolution your morning show with your boy Nino and your man D Hicks, broadcasting live from the Evans Motor Studios, 1056 East Riverside Drive. It's the home of the buy here, pay here option. All of the great deals for the fall, like that Chevy Malibu that they got out there. They got the Dodge Charger out there. They got the Kia Sorento. They got out there for the family vehicles. The Honda Pilot. Man, all kind of great vehicles up there. If you want something with power, you want something that's fuel efficient, or if you want something for the family, they got it all out there at Evans Motors. And if you use promo code Nino, Nino, you'll get that $100 Visa gift card upon purchase completion. Also sponsored by B&M Electronics, our newest sponsor right there. If you got the electronics that need to be fixed, my refrigerator, they fixed the ice tray in my refrigerator. They had one of them automatic emptying ice tray that cracked. Took the whole thing out, put a whole new one in there. Right. Bing, bang, boom. We got ice again.
That's what's happening.
You know what I mean? Lady brought a microwave in, some big techno gadgetry looking microwave. Dude, it looked like it was more technologically advanced than this laptop we're using right now. It had all big screen on it. They took it in, they can fix it. So I mean, if you got it, and then they do cell phone repair.
Yeah, that's a good deal.
So if you got the cracked screen, the blocked port, the headphone jack that don't work, whatever you got, they got cell phone repair right there. Usually if it goes beep, beep, then B&M Electronics probably fix it. You can check out the link in the description below. And the unofficial sponsor is Grubhub. For this, I'm about to start my little Grubhub session with them. So if you got delivery, you want to get something delivered that's not normally delivered to you, give Grubhub to Action Nino. I might even bring it to you. You know what I mean? Got a great show lined up for you. Did you hear about the those missionaries that was kidnapped?
Yeah, that's been a few months ago, bro, and then it just died off on the news.
No, that's just one that just happened.
They like a couple,
like a week or so ago, out in Port-au-Prince, Haiti, right after they assassinated the president.
More than a month ago. About 4 weeks ago, player.
Well, a couple weeks. That's what I said. A couple weeks. You said months ago, like you were early.
I'm just saying, though, man. You know, black folk time, man. Black folk time, player. Right.
But yeah, let's say, and this is according to the NPR.org. It said 2 of the 17 members of the missionary group who were kidnapped originally over a month ago have been released and freed and are safe. They're in good spirits and being cared for, but 15 others
still remain
behind enemy lines, so to speak. You know that they did.
And I just think it's BS, man, because the United States do a lot more than what they normally do.
But you got to think the reason why those people over there. It's the difference between when people go to certain countries that are dangerous for government or emissary type missions, whether or you just going over there trying to be a missionary and going as a civilian. You know what I mean? It's only so much that the U.S. government can do to rescue civilians that go to dangerous places voluntarily. Especially they just had this presidential assassination and all that stuff. You know, I mean, it's just, and this is what these were missionaries that were trying to spread their gospel for whatever religion, whatever church they were going to. But it's just some places you just shouldn't be going. You know that? You ever hear about that island that's off the coast of Australia?
Yeah, with those natives out there,
Yeah, that those spears
at the boats, man. Yeah, I seen that on TV, bro.
Man, what was that? I think it was a few years ago. I guess some tourist or whatever dude tried to go over there, thought that he was about to spread the word of God to them or whatever. The people tried to tell him, hey, dude, that's not a good idea. Even the people that was driving the boat were like, look, we only going to take you like so far. You're going to have to take this little rowboat dinghy and take it the rest of the way. Dude never even made it to the rowboat dinghy, man. They started throwing spears and stuff. They're like, keep that over there. We don't want nothing over there, man. Stab dude dead in the chest from long range, like 300. Leonidas with the Spartans, dude. Hit him from long range with that spear. So it's like some places you just shouldn't be going. I know you want to do well, but if your services are not welcome, don't try to force them.
You gotta respect that,
You know what I mean? God protects babies and fools, but not stupid people. You know what I mean? And stupid is doing something that you know is dangerous. People done told you not to do it, but you do it anyway. You know, sometimes the fool just don't know. He's just a little bit ignorant, walk into a door. Oh, okay, God might protect you. Like, hey, don't do that. But if you're purposely going into these dangerous places, these war zones and all of that kind of other stuff, man, I don't want to sound cold and callous, but I ain't got no love for stupid. For real. You know what I mean? I'm not bashing anybody's religion or any missionary organization that do well and do a lot of good around the world and all that kind of stuff.
But if you know a place is dangerous, use common sense.
If they shooting at you, if they throwing spears at you, if they got the no-fly zone, don't come here, please. We don't need that, don't want that signs. Stay away.
I
Don't try
believe
to
it, bro.
sneak your way in and think you
Right.
finna
Think you
hand
about
out
ready
some.
to save the
Come
world.
on now. But this is what happened. Say Christian Aid Ministries issued a statement saying that it could not give the names of those that were released and why they were freed or any other information. It said the missionaries were kidnapped by the 400 Mawazo gang back on October the 16th.
Damn.
And said
400 Mawazo gang.
the
That's a hell of a
400
gang.
Mawazo gang. It said there are 5 children in the group and of 16 U.S. citizens and 1 Canadian, including an 8-month-old. And the Haitian driver was also abducted, according to a local human rights organization. So 2 of those
17 have
17
been
have
released.
been released, and they haven't said which 2. You
Which
know
two
what I
they
mean?
were, and then just keeping their identity.
You know, so it's just when you're thinking about, the world is starting to open back up again. A lot of countries are releasing their COVID-19 restrictions as
Right.
far as flying, as far as if you do have proof of vaccinations and all that good
Right.
stuff. So it's about to be a lot more flying, a lot more traveling. It's getting cold outside right now.
Yeah.
You see, I got my
Get your
long underwear, long john shirt on it because it's dropping. It was like 20 degrees outside. So a lot of people are trying to go to places that are usually a lot warmer this time of year. But a lot of these warm places are very dangerous places.
Right.
Very dangerous places to go, like Jamaica. People think Jamaica is all fun, games, and giggles when you get over there, but you get off the beaten path in Jamaica, you can come up lost.
They're gonna take advantage of it.
Dude, you come up missing out there. So you just don't. If you're going to one of these tourist places, or actually going to one of these places that are on the top 10 most dangerous places that Americans shouldn't visit list that I had to come up with.
Right.
You know what I mean? Please be careful out there. Stay in your tourist lane. Don't go off trying to visit the local residential and follow somebody down a back alley because he got the hook up on something. No. Stay with your tour guide because you see they kidnapped the driver.
Yes, sir. They taking the driver too, player. He from Haiti. You feel me?
Now imagine what they gonna do to you if you ain't from there.
Right.
I had to put a list together of the top 10 most dangerous places that Americans should not visit, and I had to add Haiti into this, which as a bonus was the number 11 one. So we're gonna go down to the bottom one. Let's see what we got. The Central African Republic. Now this is not South Africa.
Not South Africa.
This is not, Cape Town. This is not the Horn. This is not Egypt. You know what I mean? This is Central African Republic, the Congo, that little area, right as well as Sahara and all that stuff is. Say the U.S. government has a limited ability to help American citizens in distress in the Central African Republic. The State Department lists armed robbery, kidnapping, battery, and homicide as threats to travelers visiting the country, and cautions that employees of the U.S. government must obtain special permission to even provide emergency services to the citizens outside the embassy.
Wow.
You know what I mean? You got to have special permission to give a Band-Aid out. Hand out what? Do not go outside this embassy. That's what they telling you. True. So God forbid why you want to go. I mean, like I say, visit with the missionaries, people going out here trying to spread their gospel and trying to help with relief and all that. That's what they catch a lot of these missionaries and stuff, trying to come out and help the less fortunate that these gangs didn't cause in the first place. When they come out there and try to hand out the water and the food and all that kind of stuff, then they get kidnapped and all that stuff and held for ransom. So, man, you got to be careful when going to these places trying to do well. What they say, no good deed goes unpunished.
No good deeds unpunished, bro.
Man, look, South Sudan, also in Africa, that's Africa as well. Say the world's youngest country, South Sudan, gained independence from the Republic of Sudan in 2011, and according to the Human Rights Watch, more than 4 million people have been forced to flee their homes in the country as thousands die in an ongoing conflict that has flared up despite a peace deal that was broken in 2015. Show you that's just a piece of paper. You know what I mean? Because when it's nobody in charge, if there's no consequences to be faced, most people only do good things when they face some kind of worse consequences.
That's true.
You know what I mean? I think most people are only religious because they feel like they don't want to go to hell. And they try their best just to keep one foot out of hell, so they're going to be just a number. So you got to be careful, man, when you go into these places, especially like South Sudan. They got the conflict just like in Haiti, assassinating presidents, assassinating diplomats, all of that good stuff. So, I say, other than, like to say, these missionary and humanitarian efforts, trying to help the less fortunate people, I don't understand why people want to go visit.
Yeah, I can understand helping, but visiting.
Not especially this time, to keep the conservation efforts and the historical efforts and hold that off for until they finish that conflict with the government, all the shooting and all that stuff going on. Because that's, like I say, that's how a lot of these kidnapped victims end up getting kidnapped, going over these foreign places trying to do good deeds and get taken advantage of.
Right.
Somalia, another one.
No, yeah.
A lot in Africa right now,
my buddy was over in Somalia though, when they had that war over there.
Okay, he was.
Yeah, man, he was stationed, well, he was deployed to Somalia.
Right,
that's rough over there, player.
That's what the pirate said. He was like, look at me, I am the captain now. I am the captain now.
Right.
So in June of 2018, a Canadian judge sentenced a Somali national to a 15-year prison sentence following conviction for the kidnapping of 27-year-old Canadian freelance journalist Amanda Lindhout. Lindhout was on a 4-week tour of Africa with an Australian co-worker in 2008 when the two were pulled from their vehicle by a group of armed men. 11 years later, the U.S. government maintains advisories against traveling to Somalia, where kidnapping and piracy are still very rampant.
Yes, sir.
Next up, Yemen. Where exactly is Yemen? That's Middle East?
That's Middle East. It's gotta be Middle East.
All right, it said Red Sea. So in 2016, a U.S. Navy destroyer sailing through the Red Sea was targeted by 2 missiles that were launched from Yemen. The USS Mason repelled the attack, but the saga marked the beginning of increased tensions between the U.S. and Yemen. And in July 2018, the State Department officially placed Yemen on its do not travel list, citing health issues, civil unrest, and armed conflict. You say you were stationed in Germany, though.
Yeah, I was stationed in Germany, but I went to Iraq.
Oh, you will? Oh, okay. Yeah, here we go. Next up on the line, Iraq. Right above it. Say, think twice before traveling to this cradle of civilization. I guess where the Tigris and the Euphrates River. Did you traveled near those when you were over there?
I was in Bahrain, so it was pretty close to there.
Okay. And say American citizens traveling to Iraq risk kidnapping, injury, and death. And these are just civilians. We ain't talking about being in the army.
Being in the army, civilians, right.
Say, in addition to arrests, fines, and expulsion, because I mean they real strict on the rules of what you can and can't do, especially on the females. As Iraq has do they have the strict facial covering for the females?
Right, for the females. Right.
Are they allowed to show their eyes, or do they have to have those veil coverings?
They had a veil covering. The veil thing over there.
Okay. See, according to the most recent report from the State Department, insurgent groups within the country still regularly attack both Iraqi security forces and its citizens. And their brother across the way, Iran.
Yeah.
Same thing. Say, while it's possible for American citizens to travel to Iran with a visa, say the new State Department advises against this. It's a shame because Tehran remains one of the most beautiful cities on earth, and I've seen pictures of it. Don't they have like the marble covered dome buildings with the marble covered mosque, the white marble covered mosque in Tehran? Am I thinking of the right area over there?
Man, they're all over there, bro.
Okay. Hopefully, I'm thinking of the right area.
Pray.
Yeah. Oh, is that where they ring the bell at the different hours of the day for people to stop? Oh man,
right, man, they be out there, Jet. Early in the morning.
Man, and it's multiple times of the day too, isn't it?
Early in the morning, bro. You hear that jazz.
The State Department warns that American citizens could be subject to arbitrary arrest and detention
for no reason.
Yeah, just for minor violations or
for no reason.
So next up, Syria. Say, once the jewel of the Middle East, Syria's historic capital of Damascus, I remember reading about that in the Bible, has been reduced to a shadow of its former self after 8 years of civil war entangling nearly every military power in the region, including U.S., Russia, Turkey, and Iran. It said the State Department currently advises American citizens do not travel to this country due to terrorism, civil unrest, and armed conflict.
Yeah.
You can see the theme.
Armed conflict, right.
See the theme that's going on around here, you know what I mean? So, next, North Korea. Not a Middle East country, but an East country.
Right.
So South Korea is a little bit more
civilized.
American friendly.
Right.
So they got their rules and stuff when you go over there too, especially the cultural, how you supposed to eat, how to treat the elders, the littering, Ass boy, they'll get you if you go over there and throw some paper
Get
on
with
the
a Billy
ground and
Club,
up.
bro.
Man,
I seen him get with a Billy Club before,
they
man.
get you. They not playing.
Don't play, do they, bro?
They give you the freedoms and let you know what's going on.
But they both brother wearing a mask too.
And man, if
I seen him on
you
TV.
choose to break it, you gonna choose to face them consequences. You know what I mean?
Billy Club.
Man, they got the cell phones, they got the internet access, they got the Americanized, westernized restaurants and all that kind of other stuff. Throw a wrap on the ground and see what happens. You ain't got to worry about the police coming to get you.
Man,
if you a foreigner,
the military gonna get you.
If you a foreigner, one of the citizens see you doing it, dude, they gonna come get you. You talking about heavy citizens arrest? You think it's bad here, like with the Ahmaud Arbery, what they was talking about? They getting him with the citizens arrest.
Citizens arrest, yeah.
Now they real with the citizens arrest over there. They see you doing the minorest things over there. We giving you enough freedom now. Don't mess up, or we gonna clap you down. You know what I mean? Smack you in the back of the Coop.
Right.
But say tensions flared between the U.S. and North Korea in 2016 when an American tourist was arrested and detained for over a year after reportedly attempted to steal a propaganda poster from the Pyongyang
Yeah, I remember that guy did it. Right.
Yeah. It said Otto Warmbrier, 22, was eventually released back to the U.S. in a vegetative state and subsequently died from its injuries sustained while he was in prison.
Oh, they studied him, player.
Oh, yeah, they banged him up.
They studied him, man.
Yeah, they banged him up real bad. So, next, Venezuela. And I didn't think
they're fighting over fuel over there, man, because they don't have a president over there.
Oh, okay.
They try to overthrow the government, try to overthrow the president, man, a few months ago. It's been even a couple years ago.
Okay. They say Venezuela was placed on the do not travel list back in 2019.
Right.
And they say the most recent addition to the list cites crime, civil unrest, arbitrary arrests, I guess, and poor health infrastructure as risks to American travelers. So a standoff between the country's military and a new self-declared interim leader, I guess as you were talking about, is taking tensions in the South American country to a fever pitch. So, I mean, like I said, same way with Haiti, once you start having the presidential assassination to start crumbling from the top down,
you don't even have no business going there.
You got the warlords that's trying to take over. Everybody got the generals trying to fight, gang leaders everybody trying to get their own little hole in the power vacuum. So these are the worst times to be trying to visit these countries, no matter how good the weather might be down there. You know what I mean? Next one, Afghanistan. Did you?
No, I didn't go to Afghanistan, but I have buddies that went to Afghanistan. My brother Eddie, Chickens and Veggies, he's been there 3 times.
Okay.
Right.
So the U.S. has been embroiled in this international conflict, and this is according to, once again, HGTV.com, since 2001. And it should come no surprise that the nation makes the cut for the State's Department do not travel list, which includes kidnapping, hostage taking, suicide bombings, widespread military combat operations. Ooh, yeah, they getting bad.
They get bad.
Landmines, insurgent attacks, and more. So transportation hubs, tourist locations, government buildings, and public spaces are all potential targets. So basically, outside.
Right.
Anything outside, inside, just stay away from Afghanistan right now. And we, even with the downdraw that we just did out of there, trying to get all of our people out of there and all of the, I guess, the refugees and all that. It's a double-edged sword as well, because we are helping those who helped us, but once again, we're leaving that big power vacuum. For those
take over again.
You know what I mean? So it's really nobody there to. You can't keep fighting for people that don't want to fight for
themselves, bro.
You know, and that's what I'm saying. If y'all gonna stand up and fight for your own country, not everybody's a warrior. I do understand that. Not everybody's meant to pick up a rifle. But if the majority of the people in the country, a lot of them just start fleeing the first chance that they get, maybe we should be getting up out of there too, and just let the people have it. If they, and just cut off the supply from the outside. Just don't sell nothing to them. They can't get no bread. They can't really grow nothing over there, so they're gonna have to act right eventually if they want to get some milk, bread, water, seeds, or some kind of stuff. So once the people start living, if you don't want to fight for your own land, I don't think we should be trying to fight for your land as well. So I mean, and I think that's what the breakdown of that whole thing. We call ourselves training them, but as soon as that power vacuum flared up,
they gave up, man. As soon as it started, didn't they?
They put them guns down and ran straight.
They gave it to them. They gave the guns to them people, man.
So Afghanistan makes the #1 spot on the list for the top 10 most dangerous places for Americans not to visit. And if you're thinking about going to Haiti, as you want to give an honorable mention,
Never.
Don't stay away from Haiti for a little while, at least till they get another president in power.
I'm not getting on a plane, bro.
I mean, you can take a boat to Haiti.
Yeah, I hear you. I'm not getting on a boat neither.
Oh, come on now. You ain't gonna do the boats either. So you just land bound. How did
John Madden, baby? Give me a bus, tour bus or Winnebago.
Oh, geez.
Yeah,
Let us know, what's the most dangerous country that you've ever been to? Well, I guess I would say you would be Iraq.
Iraq, right?
You know what I mean? Me, I would have to say Mexico.
Seriously?
Yeah, Mexico.
They got a drug cartel down there.
Man, I'm telling you, Joe. They pull up right next to somebody, snatch them right in broad daylight. Don't nobody blink. Tijuana, Mexico City. I'm telling you, Joe, it's dangerous, especially with the tours. You go, like I say, going into the back alleys and the urban areas of the, you know what I mean, those cities. Stay on the tourist line if you go into the event. Once you start getting off them beaten paths, that's when people start tugging on your seat, like, hey, let me show you something. Let me show and then you ain't never seen again. So.
Right, no.
So let us know, what's the most dangerous country you've ever been to. 812-303-5018 or on our Facebook page, facebook.com/live999WJCB. It's Urban Revolution Radio with your boy Nino and your man D Hicks, sponsored by Loudberry's Clothing and Grubhub.